Hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Alright, it's day 9. Guys, today's going to be a bit of an educational one. So, if you have ever felt or currently feeling like, it's a new year, you don't know what to do with your, I don't want to say with your lives, but you don't know what to do at the moment, which way to go, which way to direct yourself, guide yourself, feel like something's a little bit off, you want to make a change, but you don't know where to even start. This is going to be the video for you. So this little trick that I applied 4 weeks ago to my life has drastically changed my direction and purpose in a really positive way. So I was one of those people that really struggled with, what do I want? What's my passion? What's really important to me? Who am I? That question for me was like nightmare city. So I didn't come up with this theory. This is a pretty well-known theory that I actually learned in Year 12 psychology, and I've decided to kind of reincorporate into a practical way in real life. And this has really helped me solidify where I'm going, what am I doing, what am I focusing on, what are my intentions for the year, and really just cleared up the entire path to what's next for me. So I hope that this will be one of those things for you that will be able to clear a bit of the clutter, a bit of the confusion, and get you going on a new decade and up and at 'em and succeeding. So let's get right into it. So I understand that this is really small and the words are backwards, so I'm actually going to insert a photo right here for you guys. I'm going to keep it here for the duration of the video so that you can actually refer to each level of this pyramid, so you know what I'm talking about throughout the whole thing. All right, beautiful. Let's get started. All right. So, first things first, what is this? I call this my happiness pyramid. Okay, this is my happiness pyramid. Why I say this is my happiness pyramid is because these are the levels that you need in your life to wholeheartedly be completely and utterly fulfilled, satisfied, and positive and happy in your life. If at any point in time any of these things are missing, give or take, there will be something missing for you in your life, and you will come across unhappiness, and you will come across pain, and there will be some sort of discomfort in your life. Now, the more things are missing, the more the pain and the discomfort and struggles are amplified. Now, let me just go through each of them real quick, and I'm going to actually demonstrate on myself and my own life what happened and what was really struggling for me, and how this really helped me. So, first things first is we've got this row, this beige row over here. This is what I call the non-negotiables. So these are your physiological needs. These are things like air, water, food, rest, warmth, things that you need basically to stay alive as a human being. If you don't have these consistently, you will die. So I have actually connected this entire row so that if you take one of these out, the whole pyramid collapses, because, well, if you don't have food, you're not going to be alive. You're not going to have water, you ain't going to be alive, okay? So that is why you'll see that is all kind of together. Now, the next row we've got over here is the green row. This is called the safety and security row. Now, this is more or less the baseline that in a first world country, because usually first world countries, we don't need to worry about this. So over here, this is where we need to make sure that our baseline is really sort of met. This is where we've got your employment, you've got your money resources, this is your housing, have you got a shelter, and your belongings. So do you have belongings of your own? So as humans, we like to have property that we call ours. It's a territorial thing, you know, that's really important to us. So that is that row. The next row is getting a little bit more intimate. So this is the love and belonging. Now, super, super important for a human being to have connection, love, and all of that kind of thing in our life. So this is made up of, as you can see right here, the red one, your intimate relationships. So that's, your partners, things like that. Then you've got your friends, you've got your family. And then you've got connection. That's super important. Now, the reason why connection is separate to those, because you can still have family, friends, and not be connected. I will get into that a little bit later. So, the next bit we've got is esteem. So, esteem is what it is. It's self-esteem. It's, you knowing yourself. It's you feeling good in yourself, respect. What else have we got here? We've got self-esteem, respect, status, recognition. So people know who you are. Where are you positioned in your group of friends? Who are you in association to your group of friends? Your identity, that kind of thing. Freedom and autonomy, really important in this section. So that means that you have freedom to have your own space, make your own choices. You're not oppressed. You're not imprisoned to anything that you do in your life. That's super, super, super important. The last one, this is essentially, it's called self-actualization. This is where you basically strive to self-improve yourself, get into personal development, build on your skills to being the best human being that you could possibly be. That's learning things like communication, EQ, emotional intelligence, like all of those kind of things you keep building on to being your higher self, essentially. So, how this happy pyramid helped me. Let's go through it bit by bit, and I want to show you how useful this is. By the way, you don't need to have blocks when you do this. I just find it visually more aesthetic and also more dramatic because there's like a little bit of drama. Cool. So let's just say we go through my life. So at the moment, I can tell you guys that this section, completely fine. No issues with this section here. So I'm like flashing you guys. I don't know which way to sit so that this actually works really well, but anyway, we'll figure it out. All good. Okay, I'm out of frame now. Okay, here we go. So this section over here, we're all good, right? I've got food, I've got water, I've got air, I'm not dying, nothing like that. All good. So we have no problem. Now, next section, what have we got here? We have personal security. So that's my shelter. I've got employment. Oh, health. I forgot. That's a really important one here. So health and a whole bunch of other things. So for me personally, my health is always comes first. I'm pretty active, so that is all under wraps. I've got a roof over my head. I'm more than happy with my home. I've got employment full time. That's not under any jeopardy. I'm not worried about losing my job. Nothing like that at all. I've got plentiful amount of resources. That's money. So, I'm not really in a huge amount of debt. So for anybody that has a lot of debt, that actually comes under this little section here. Because that is minimizing your resources to live off. So that's really important to note. Mine are fine, and my belongings, well, I've got a bunch of belongings, so I don't really feel the need to have to get any more. That's not really bothering me. I've got a car, I've got a bed, I've got everything that I really need, a TV, all that kind of stuff. I've got clothes, shoes, you get it. Okay, so the next bit is where it gets interesting for me. So I, at the end of last year, was in quite a bit of a pickle, and I was just constantly really unhappy, unsatisfied, and really just overwhelmed and stressed and tense, and didn't understand what was going wrong for me. Why do I not know what I want to do with my life, type thing? What am I supposed to be focusing on, because I can't figure it out. This section is what really killed me. So the love and belonging, which I knew was something that I really needed to work on. I don't have a massive group of friends. You know, my family relationships were pretty rocky. There was some stuff that I needed to work on there. And connection-wise, I definitely wasn't able to connect with people very well at all. That was completely missing for me. And intimate relationships, whilst I have that, it's not perfect. It's not exactly, it's not a full intimate relationship. It's not exactly the way that I would want to have it. So there's definitely stuff that I need to work on there. So what happens when you have something missing from this happy pyramid? Well, for me, the first thing that I would really need to have had to have worked on is the connection. So for me, that's the first thing that goes. Now, it's kind of like picking up. It's like that Jenga. Sorry, I was going to say it's like playing that game Jenga. You can take out blocks out of this, and your pyramid will still stand, but it starts to become very shaky. Right? Alright, so that's connection gone. I'm trying to do it so carefully so it actually works for you guys. Alright, so we've got connection gone. Cool, so this is now starting to be a bit more of a shaky happiness pyramid. I've now lost some sort of happiness from my life just because of that one little block that's gone. Next thing that was really severely missing for me is the friends section. Right, so now we've got to let that go. And again, I'm trying to do this super careful. So now we've got friends. Was gone. Next thing for me that was really, really missing was, whilst I had family, I mean, I have family and everything like that, but my family relationship is definitely nowhere near what I wanted it to be. So, well, that was definitely playing on my mind. Sorry, you know what's about to happen. And just like that, one block at a time, in my intimate relationship, because that's not nowhere near what it needs to be, I've just eradicated an entire line. Now, if I don't have this line to start off with, the theory is that you cannot build anything else. If I was to then try and figure out what my higher purpose is, what's my passion, I want to give back to society, I want to create a business, and I want to, do something that I really love, I can't do that because that would be up here. I can't put this on top because there's nothing to put it on top of. So this, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do because I have no levels to put this on. I had very little self-esteem and respect for myself because I felt like I was a fraud. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my truth. So that wasn't there. Freedom and autonomy, whilst I did have that at work, and I do have that in my life, I didn't feel like I had it because I was trapped in my own mind. Mentally, I was very unwell, emotionally unwell, and I was pretty much a prisoner to myself and my own confusion. So I didn't feel like I had freedom and opportunity and all of that out there, and that manifested in my work life where it became very tense and difficult to work, even though potential was there. So that's gone. And the last thing that's gone is the status and recognition. I mean, I didn't have a community around me to know who I was in association to everyone else. I did not have an identity. I did not know my own truth. So all of this that I was trying to build was not coming together for me, and it was the most frustrating experience of my life because I just couldn't figure out what was going wrong. Why am I not figuring this stuff out? Like, it's pretty simple. Just, what do you like? Well, I can't figure out what I like until I work on this, because without this, I cannot build this, and I cannot then finish off with this. So the moment, this is literally the second day I took my leave, the moment I realized that this was gone, I had the biggest wash of calm and peace over me. I did not feel so calm or clear ever in my life about any decision that I ever had to make since when I decided that I had to quit music. The moment I understood that this is where it's all going wrong, everything was clear. I knew the next steps. Like, oh, okay, sweet. This is what is important to me. This is what is actually genuinely important to me right now. This is what I need to focus on right now. Yes, I need to and I want to do this, but I can't do this if I don't have this. So, my goal for the next 3-4 weeks after that point was to focus on how do I get this road together. So the moment I started focusing on this, I started realizing opportunities of where I could have friends. My family relationships, instantaneously, I started focusing on and got better. My intimate relationship, whilst still not perfect, it is 1,000,000 times better than what it's ever been. Because I'm now dedicating my time and my energy and my focus on this one row. Just this one row. So this I've got coming. It's in the pipeline. It's getting there. This I actually only just got over the last week. So this was quite a mental shift that I finally got, how to connect with other people and what that's like and that feeling, and it was all about energy. If you want to hear about that, have a look at my previous videos. I might do a little bit more about that later, but once I had all of this now can be built. You know, I'm still working on this, but all of this doesn't matter so much for me anymore, and it seems to be kind of coming together anyway, almost all by itself. You know, I kind of started getting clear on what it is that I want to give back with. I started getting clear on exactly what areas of business I want to go into. You know, started getting clearer the skills that I need to build in order to get all of this and this straight away. So, moral of the story. If anyone is ever struggling, if you are so confused, you don't know, you know that you need to get something that you're passionate about in life. You know you want to do something that gives purpose. You know that you want to give back. You know, you want to make a change in your life, but you just don't know where to start. And all you know is that you're irritated, dissatisfied, uncomfortable, in pain, suffering, but you need to make a change and don't know where. This, my friends, is your first step. Do this exercise. You can honestly draw on a notepad, do whatever you want to do. This is going to save you so much time. Now, you have to be super honest with yourself whilst you're doing this, because understand that if your health, which is down here, is not so good, and your resources are not so good because you've got a lot of debt, you've got horrible health at the moment, and I don't know what else, your employment, for example, is really not having a good time, understand that the rest of these are going to suffer. Whilst you may have all of these, you may notice that all of your relationships and all of your friendships, family, everything like that is in severe strain constantly. You may be arguing all the time. Everything may be going wrong, and whilst they're there, you may not be quite happy with pretty much anything past this level. So you need to work on each level in order. That is absolutely key. So that's, I guess, my little teaching for today. Hope that helps you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, if this helped you, if this didn't help you. I'll see if I can maybe do another one of these a bit later, and show you guys an update on my life and see how it's been progressing in accordance to this happiness pyramid. But as a general update, did cardio today in the morning, did my morning routine as per usual, now starting to come to terms with the fact that we're going back to work. But other than that, it's been a good day. So I hope this has helped, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye!